I would like to also enter into the record a screenshot of a text message I received from the esteemed professor from Vanderbilt, Michael Eric Dyson, after my CNN interview, begged me for photos. In this text, he says, after calling me racist on CNN, shh, don't tell anybody, we look good together, and sent me a kissy emoji.
That's the history and legacy of white disregard for the humanity of black people.
Oh, so now you're calling me racist.
I didn't say, I just said you weren't a racist.
That is complete
You don't have to intend racism to accomplish it.
You are intending that
Your
I am
disrespect
racist,
of Kamala Harris is part and parcel of a tradition of disrespect.
Why can't you just,
Congresswoman, why can't you just,
I'm not calling you a racist, I'm saying what the practice is racist.
You absolutely are.
Let me
disrespecting, no, what's disgusting is your disrespect of her.
Professor,
this gentleman said,
you know what?
I didn't know her name, he's trying to do it.
Is her disrespect of women. She doesn't know what a woman is, and if 25 years ago,
white women don't have the ability to tell black women who paid the price of blood to make this country what it is, to tell them they're not real women.
25 years ago,
they care for your babies.
25 years ago, I became the first woman to graduate from the Citadel, the military.
Yes, I never thought I would see this. Today, during a congressional hearing pertaining to what is happening to immigrants, something happened. I believe you've seen this. Nancy Mace tweeted this recently. I entered his text into the congressional record today on the Oversight Committee when one of my left-wing colleagues tried to bring up the fake outreach over mispronouncing Kamala. Neither can they them. Professor Dyson wasn't too bent out of shape after all. He tried hitting on me after he tried to call me racist on CNN. I believe you saw that clip at the beginning, which I'm going to show you. These race hustlers can't hide it any longer. These are people who are actually wanting to get a hug, but they can't get it. Immediately, they play the victim card, call you all sort of names. When I look at these videos and the tweet, it clearly tells me one thing. It is insane to see this happening.
Chair recognizes the gentlelady from South Carolina, Ms. Mace.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My colleagues across the aisle said that those that cannot pronounce Kamala's name correctly are elementary-aged children. I would like to enter into the record an article by Newsweek saying Bill Clinton pronounces Kamala Harris' name wrong during DNC speech. Bill Clinton, along with Al Sharpton, rapper Lil Jon. Let's not forget that Joe Biden can't say her name right. Neither can Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor. And this morning on Morning Joe, Joan Baez called her a camel. So I don't want to hear it. It's fake outrage. I would like to also enter into the record a screenshot of a text message I received from the esteemed professor from Vanderbilt, Michael Eric Dyson, after my CNN interview, begged me for photos. In this text, he says, after calling me racist on CNN, shh, don't tell anybody, we look good together, and sent me a kissy emoji.
Without
objection.
objection.
The guy says I'm gorgeous in all these photos. I don't think he's that bent out of shape on how anyone pronounces Kamala. And if we're going to have that standard, you got to hold it to both sides, not just one or the other.
Yes, if this is not madness, then I don't know what it is. After struggling to embarrass a woman on national TV, calling her racist, this man is pro-black like that, according to research I did recently. When you take a look at how it happened, he begged for photos. Now, after what happened on TV, slide into her DM, send emoji, please don't tell any person. Oh, and he is married. I don't know if he's an evangelist in a Baptist church or things like that. It is insane to see how people will act in public, then behind indoors, they are different people. When you take a look at this tweet, you can clearly see his messages. I decided to make it clear so you can see, don't tell anybody, we look good together, ha ha ha, with a kiss emoji. Where your gorgeousness make the photos. So you see the mindset he had toward Nancy Mace.
Accusation, however, from day one, made a point of decreasing the amount of detention space available nationwide. Immigration and Customs Enforcement's funding for detention has steadily been cut and private detention eliminated. The fact that so many illegal aliens are being released into the United States spread worldwide very quickly. As this happened, the numbers the Border Patrol encountered illegally crossing the border increased exponentially. The impact to me and my agents were significant. Sectors were ordered to take in and process all the illegal aliens encountered on the border. The Border Patrol saw groups of hundreds and thousands coming into the United States and turning themselves in. These numbers pulled 80, 90, sometimes 100% of the agents on duty away from the border. Border Patrol zones across Texas, Arizona, and California had no agent presence for weeks and months at a time. Those who did not want to be caught could simply walk in. We have no idea who and what entered our country over this time. Throughout 2022 and 23, I sent agents to Texas and Arizona to count gotaways. Those sectors could not even put enough agents in the field to see what they'd missed. Simultaneously, in San Diego, we had an exponential increase in significant interest aliens. These are aliens with significant ties to terrorism. Prior to this administration, the San Diego sector averaged 10 to 15 SIA arrests per year. Once word was out the border was far easier to cross, San Diego went to over 100 SIAs in 2022, well over that in 2023, and even more than that registered this year. These are only the ones we caught. At the time, I was told I could not release any information on this increase in SIAs or mention any of the arrests. The administration was trying to convince the public there was no threat at the border. Fentanyl is another issue. The San Diego area sees between 80 and 90% of the methamphetamine and fentanyl seizures annually for our entire country. With little enforcement at the border, these drugs were coming through en masse. During my last year in San Diego, the price for a single pill of fentanyl, for example, went from $10 to 25 cents. To make matters worse, during 2022 and 23, I had to shut down San Diego traffic checkpoints, which are critical for drug interdiction.
Based on my understanding to these videos and what I've observed throughout the year pertaining to illegal immigrations, it has actually caused these border patrols to use up resources to help these people. And this has triggered so many things. Just imagine, you don't know who is entering. There are a lot of things happening now. If you want to check all the people who enter, some are criminals. Trump says this every single day. People don't believe. Like what we saw recently about the cat, about eating cat and dogs. That is something that people understand that is happening. And drawing conclusions to this, Democrat wanted this to happen. Same other black people saying, oh, they want to replace us with them. It is something I don't want to pay focus, but if you want to reason it, you'll be thinking that way. Some say it's because black people are turning away from Democrat, so they see it important to bring in new people